Hi, this is Marla Tabaka, Managing Partner at Business Radio Networks, and I'm here today to show you how to set up your own show page on the network website. And you've probably already been asked to submit your show info, your show description, in other words, your bio and your image. And so you'll have a page all set up and ready to go for you, just like our Coaches Radio homepage. And the homepage will include your radio show logo, as well as a description, an overall description of what the show is about, and whatever else you'd like to see here. And it will have your bio and your lovely picture. There's our Jason Gary. And that's about it. You have the option at a later date, more advanced option, to also add these sidebar articles and links and such as well. But today we're going to stay with the basics. So you have probably been given a login for the back end of our admin system. Now let's see if I can take you back to that page. Probably not. I'll log out. And it'll look something like this. And you'll have your own login, so that's the first thing you're going to do. And let's see if I did that right. Of course I did. Hi, this is Marla Tabaka, Managing Partner at Business Radio Networks, and I'm here today to show you how to set up your very own homepage on our network website. So you've probably been asked already to submit show information, in other words, a description of your show, your bio, and a professional headshot. And so we will have set up this whole page for you. It'll look gorgeous, just like this one does. And I want to show you how to go in and edit that and to add information on the guests that you'll be interviewing on your show. So it'll begin with logging in, and you've probably by now been provided with your own login information and password. So that's the very first thing you're going to do is log into the back-end administrative side of the website. And this will already be there for you, your show description, but you are certainly welcome to change that as time goes on if your show takes a little different direction, or you want to enhance it once you get going and get your branding message a little clearer. And the homepage content is just about you. This will actually show up on our main homepage when you're a featured show as well. But the inside page is going to show this homepage content, anything you want to put there, as well as information about you, your headshot. There's our wonderful Jason Gary, and your bio, whatever you would like that to say. And it's going to show, we have several hosts, of course, on the show, but it's also going to show the articles that you'll be submitting. Why doesn't it show it? Hi, this is Marla Tabaka, Managing Partner at Business Radio Networks, and I'm here today to show you how to set up and customize your webpage on the Business Radio and Coaches Radio Network site. So this is what our homepage looks like, and you've probably seen that, and you've probably been asked already to submit show information, in other words, a description of your show, as well as a bio and a headshot. And this will already be all laid out for you and ready to go. And so today I'm going to show you how to customize that as time goes on if you wish to do that, as well as add your guest information to your website. So let's start at the very beginning. You have hopefully been given your own admin login, which will take you into the back-end admin system. And so you'll start with logging in, and this is the show description that you saw, and this is the homepage content that you saw on our page right here, in addition to our host bios. Okay, so know that as you add guests, what's going to happen, I've added one here. What's going to happen is they're going to show down here at the bottom of the page. They're going to show up, and they're going to have their own article page, so it'll look really wonderful and professional for your guests. They'll be very excited to see this. And so this will be what it looks like. And you can also add images of their book cover, should they have a book, and you don't have to just take a straight up bio and put it in here. You can talk about what you're going to be talking about during your interview if you have that information. You can really make this your own and put as much information in here as you'd like. And you'll see that over on the right hand side, this is where the podcasts, after they've been recorded and published, will show up, and those show up on the home page as well. So let's go back there and show you what that looks like again. Slow moving here. Okay, so you'll see that they'll show up. So we're in the system now, and you can, as your show evolves and develops, as your brand message develops further perhaps or changes, you're welcome to come in here and change your own show description in any way you'd like, and the homepage content as well. So you can put whatever it is you like in here. You can update your photos and do all this wonderful kind of stuff. So I'm going to take you through updating, or adding, I should say, a page for each one of your guests. So when you're in the system, you're going to click on Articles, and you see that I've added Michelle Perkins, and what I'm going to do is do another duplicate for Michelle Perkins, just for the ease of today's demonstration. So you've added an article. I usually advise that you start with the date that the show is going to air, and then a couple spaces, and add your guest's name. And you can also add the name of their company. I don't remember Michelle's company, so I'm just going to say Life Coaching. Okay, you don't have to do that. You can really format this in any way you like. And down here is where you would type in the bio, and you can copy and paste that from information you've asked your guests to send you, or from their website, or whatever system that you work out, or your admin, your VA works out to get the information. So you type that in. Okay, so then you're going to click here, and or wherever you want the picture to be actually, and you're going to come over here to this little icon that says Insert Image. Now, if you don't have an image already uploaded to the library, and it's, say, in your download files or in a specific file where you keep all your guest images, keep it nice and organized. That's the key to making this go by quickly. Then you can upload an image. So let's do that. Even though you can see I've already uploaded Michelle's image, we're going to go right over here and upload an image. Okay, choose File, or Files. You can do multiples. I had Michelle's image stored in Downloads on my PC, so we're just going to double click on that, and it's probably going to tell me that I've already got that in the media library, but we're going to try again here, see what it says. Okay, fine. So we'll pretend that that just uploaded. That's all fine and well, and there it is. And then you double click on this, and in here is where you can alter the appearance and set the image up the way that it needs to be set up. So I always recommend adding an image description and a title, and you can use the same name for both. And I added Coaches Radio here for SEO purposes. You are welcome, of course, to add the name of your show, or interviewed by and your name, whatever it is that you'd like to add there for some SEO purposes, because this doesn't actually show up. This will just be behind the scenes, so you can go ahead and do that. You want to make sure that you've sized your image. So currently hers is showing up quite large, and we don't want it that large. So remember to keep this constrained proportions on, and bring this down to a size of, let's say for this image 125, and you'll notice that it will adjust over here. And if you have any experience working on your blogs and uploading images, I'm sure you'll feel that this looks very familiar. I also like to add in a little space around the image. I usually use about 5 pixels. And you have an option of putting a border. Let's just do that for the sake of it, a 1 pixel border here. and you can not do that if you choose. And there you go. She's in there. Let's say this is a bio. You've got all of this. Let's say now that you want to link to her website. So her name is in here. Let me just highlight this, and you come on up here and you can create the hyperlink. And I'm totally going to make this up. So let's say HTTP. You do have to include that. www. Michelle Perkins. Oops. All right, if we can type. Okay, now you want to open this. You don't want them ever to leave your website, right? So you want to open it in a new window. So always remember to change your target and insert that link, and there you go. That will link to michelleperkins.com. That's also, and again, you're probably familiar with working in some sort of an editor, or you have a VA who's doing it for you who's quite familiar, but this is also where you can do your bolding and underlining, and all these tools up here are great for really customizing your page to whatever degree that you'd like. Now, one thing that is important, because it'll show up funky online if you don't do this, is to make sure that you've highlighted your content and chosen the same font family and the same font size, whatever it is that you like to go with. If you want to make this a header, you would simply come in here, and I usually advise using a header 2 code on this for, again, SEO purposes. Google likes that a lot. And then you're going to add the article, just like that. And you'll see that as that adds, it's going to show up again on your home page. And it is taking its sweet time. What it'll show up looking like is this. So you'll see the date, Michelle Perkins, and all of the information. And if you click on link to article, it'll take you to the full-blown page. And you'll see that all of your podcasts are going to show up in order. And one thing you want to make sure to do is to add your articles or your descriptions of your guests in order as well. So if you have a guest in 2 weeks from now and a guest in 3 weeks from now, you want to make sure that you're doing the next upcoming guest first. Otherwise, they'll reverse in order and they won't coincide with what's over here. Okay. Now, let's just go over 1 or 2 more things, so we have a little time here to do that. After your show is published, you'll want to send your guests the information on it. And should you choose to do that, you can easily get the download link by right-clicking on the name of the show, copy link location, and then you can just right-click in an email or document and paste that link location in. What's going to happen is it's going to take them directly to the podcast, which is wonderful. You'll also give them the direct link for their article page because they like that and they'll want to share that with people. So that'll be great too. And that is about it. That's all you really need to know. Should you make an error or a change in your schedule occurs, all you need to do is come in and delete that. Should something change, obviously, prior or after air that you want to add or change in the article, just go on and edit that. And you're all set. So that's it. Good luck and have fun, and we'll continue to do more of these educational recordings for you. Thanks for joining me today.